Good evening once again, and welcome back to the Merriam Knight High School for a second game of our girls and boys high school basketball doubleheader featuring the Seton Catholic Cougars and the Merriam Knight Owls. It's the boys' time to take the court. Merriam Knight is 2-1 on the season and played last night in this building, knocking off South Bend 64-35. The Owls had 3 players scoring double figures. Juan Jimenez had 14, Kyle Willie added 13, and Nick Deerkop chipped in 11. Deerkop also pulled down 10 rebounds, and Jimenez and Willie had 5 steals apiece. The boys from Matlock also had support from other players such as Blake Adzero, who scored 9 points and grabbed 9 rebounds. Seton Catholic is 0-2, having played last night as well, falling to Woodland 66-39. These two teams have played each other last year, I should say, in district playoffs, with the Owls coming out on top. But again, we have a new season and different players on the court, especially for Merriam Knight, who graduated their 2 biggest players last year. We are just moments away from seeing who will win this year's matchup and whether fatigue and depth will play a part in this non-league matchup. It's the second game of our girls and boys high school basketball doubleheader with the Seton Catholic Cougars and the Merriam Knight Owls here on MasonWebTV.com. I did have an opportunity to speak with Tim Diggle, the head man of Merriam Knight. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, real quickly, Coach, how many years have you been heading up the Owls?
6 years.
6 years. Now, this year, a little different look. You lost your twin towers, for lack of another.
We're basically our guards and centers are pretty close to the same height. We got a lot more speed.
So what are you doing with that this year?
Utilizing it. We're pushing her up and down the floor, trapping. You got them going everywhere.
All right, talk about you played 3 games. Is that right?
Yeah.
Talk about last night's game.
We started out slow. I think they were a little overconfident. And about 3 minutes ago in the first quarter, they finally turned it on and played like we're supposed to play. And never let up the rest of the game.
So you got 3 guys scoring in double figures and 1 guy just 9 points?
Yeah, my center had 9, but 3 guys up.
That's what you want, balanced scoring?
Yeah.
So spread the ball around, right?
And it's been rotating around which 3 are doing it, so and they're all capable. It'll be an awesome season.
What do you expect out of Seton Catholic tonight?
I expect a tough game. We got some big boys in there. And we have no meat.
How are you going to deal with that size?
Have to box out hard, attack them, and draw fouls.
Basically play your game.
That's right.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, all right.
That is Coach Tim Diggle, the head man for the Merriam Knight Owls. Let's get to the starting lineups here for both teams. We'll start with the Seton Catholic Cougars. Starting Drew Fuller, he's a 5'10 junior. Patrick Grace, a 6'2 junior. Justin James, a 6'3 junior. Hayden Strong, a 6'2 junior. And Cole Farrell, a 6'4 senior. For the Owls, Kyle Willie, 5'11. Austin Thompson, 5'11. Chase Robecker, 6'3. Nick Deerkop, 6'1. And Blake Adzero, 6'2. So, yeah, there's the height difference, I should say, here between the two teams. So it looks like Adzero and Hayden Strong will step into center court to get this thing underway. Strong 6'2", Adzero 6'2". And Adzero pushes it in the front court. Going and getting it is the Cougars. And quickly up the other way comes Drew Fuller. They throw it over to the sidelines and off the hands of Patrick Grace. And the Owls get the ball back. 10 seconds into the ball game, 1 turnover for the Cougs. So Austin Thompson running point for the Owls. They'll throw it to center of the court. Deerkop now off the opposite side to that was Robecker. Now Willie with it, throws it over to the corner. 3 on the way and off by Austin Thompson, and a whistle on the rebound. And that'll go on Chase Robecker. First whistle, first foul in the ball game. Inbounds goes to Justin James. He has it back now in the center of the court in the back court. And now that is Farrell, and his pass is lost. And now Willie comes up with it, puts it up and in, and the Owls strike first. Strong with it. Threw it away. Stepping in front was at 0. And now Willie has it. He'll throw it over to Deerkop. And now opposite side to Robecker. Try to drive baseline. Still has those dribbles. Double team. Kick it out, and it goes to Deerkop. Now Willie with it opposite side. Down low and overplayed. And Blake at 0 is fouled from behind by a couple of Cougars. And that will go on Cole Farrell, his first. Baseline inbounds for the Owls. Willie will trigger the play. Inbounds it goes to at 0. He missed his shot. Rebound is cracked down under the bucket by Willie to Deerkop. Back to Willie. Willie for 3. No. Rebound goes to Seton Catholic. And that's Grace avoiding some traffic crossing midcourt. They throw it to Fuller. Fuller back to Grace. Grace lost the ball, but it goes into the hands of the Cougars. Now it's Strong. Side of the paint to James. James' pull-up jumper is an air ball. Inbounds thrown in, saved inbounds to Willie. Willie had to save it, and he threw it right to Fuller. Fuller turns around wisely to set the offense for the Cougars. And he'll get it over to the side, and that is Grace. Grace back to Fuller. 6:10 to go in the first. 2-0 Merriam Knight. Seton Catholic with the ball. And there's Fuller. Fuller into the corner now. And that goes to James. James lobs it, and over the hands of Strong. Coming up with it is Deerkop. Deerkop on the run, trying to change direction. Has it slapped out of his hands, and it rolls right to Fuller. Fuller gets it up to James. Back to Fuller. Between the circles. Swing it over to Strong. Strong way beyond the three-point arc. Gets it up top to Fuller and swing it around the opposite side, and that's Grace. Grace back to Fuller. Owls are in a 2-3 zone. Strong drives into the paint, stops, puts up a shot, pot dropped in. Hayden Strong puts the Cougars on the board for the first time tonight. 2-2, 5:25 to go here in the first quarter. Austin Thompson throws it into the corner to Willie. Back to Thompson. Thompson up top to Deerkop. Swing it over opposite side to Robecker. Looking low for at 0. Finds Willie in the corner on the left side. And his pass out is deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Owls. 17 on the shot clock. Willie will inbounds it. Foul line extended far sideline. Inbound to Thompson. Thompson holds the ball over his head. High post feed to at 0. Turn around in the paint. Oop, short rebound. Willie. One dribble. Back up. And in. Willie has 4, and that's what the Owls have. Grace lost it going across midcourt, but finds Fuller cutting to the bucket, lays it up and in. Drew Fuller ties the ball game at 4. 4:40 to go in the first. Austin Thompson up the far sideline. Gets a screen from Deerkop up top. Bounce it over to Willie. Willie, one dribble back, it goes to Thompson. Now to add 0. Add 0 on the foul line, actually. Now back to Thompson. Thompson, nice move. Can't finish. Rebound goes to Farrell. And here comes Fuller. Up to Strong. Strong attacks the basket. Stops, turn around, fade away in the paint, off the glass and out. Rebound was Grace. He missed the putback, and at 0 comes up with a rebound for the Owls. Here comes Thompson. Thompson coming back on the near sidelines. Throws it center of the court. It's deflected, and coming up with it is Grace. Grace gets it up to Fuller, or tried to get it to Fuller, and picking it off is Thompson. Good heads-up play by Austin. Under 4 minutes to go in the first. Up to Willie. Willie on the side. Back to Thompson. Now to Deerkop between the circles. To Thompson. To Willie. Willie steps back for 3 and in. They're going to count that as a 3. Willie has all 7 of the Owls' points. 3:40 to go in the first. 7-4. Strong has a 3-on-2, and he kick it out. Fuller with 3. That's off. Rebound Strong over the top. Hayden Strong with his first personal foul. Juan Jimenez checks in, as does Corey O'Neill for the Owls. 3:31 to go in the first. 7-4 is our score. Merriam Knight on top. The Owls have the ball. Corey O'Neill with the point duties. He'll throw it over to Thompson. Thompson looks the court over. Back to O'Neill. Throws over to Jimenez, working on the far side. Looking for Willie between the circles. Directing some traffic. It's over to Thompson near side. Down high post feed. Intercepted and stolen away by the Cougars. Here comes James. James to Fuller. To Farrell for three. No. Rebound goes to Jimenez for Merriam Knight. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. 7-4. Owls on top. Jimenez directing some traffic. Throws it over to Willie in the corner. Drives baseline. Stops. Little extra pass in the middle to Robecker, who puts it up and in. It's 9-4 now. 2:45 to go in the first. Fuller trying to dribble up fast and knocked off his foot, but they're going to give it to Seton Catholic. Strong will inbounds it. Checking into the ball game for Seton Catholic was Riley McShane. Fuller has it between the circles now, directing some traffic. 2:30 to go in the quarter. 9-4. Strong has it beyond the three-point arc on the near side. Into the corner he goes. Up top to Fuller. And Fuller is bumped and fouled by Thompson. First personal on Austin. 2:24 to go here in the first quarter. 9-4. Merriam Knight leads. Seton Catholic has a ball. Thompson will sit down. And Cody Thompson. So Austin out, Cody in. Inbounds. Launching along two was James. And tracking down the rebound was Fuller. James tried to dribble and lace a pass, and they're going to say it went off of Seton Catholic. One ref says no, it was off of the knee of Jimenez, so it stays at Seton Catholic. 2:12 to go here in the first. 9-4 is our score. Merriam Knight on top. Seton Catholic has the ball. Grace will inbounds it in the backcourt to Fuller. Fuller steps across midcourt. To Strong traveled but got away with it. Gets the ball to McShane. McShane drives and misses the shot. Willie with the rebound. Here comes Kyle the other way. On the run, he's going to stop and leave it for Robecker. Robecker, long two, yep. And it's 11-4. Pass up to... Well, it was Fuller who missed the shot. Strong with the rebound. His putback doesn't fall. And coming down with the ball is Corey O'Neill. No look pass down to Robecker. Nice hands. Puts it up. Missed the shot. And the rebound goes to James for Seton Catholic. His outlet to Grace. Grace going the other way, trying to go coast to coast. Opposite side, double teamed. Stripped away by Willie. Willie gives it to Thompson. Cody on the run the other way for Merriam Knight. O'Neill drives baseline. Knocks over a guy, and they're going to give him a charge. Guy who hit the deck was Justin James, and the foul goes on O'Neill. That's his first, third team foul. 1:07 to go here in the first quarter. 11-4, Merriam Knight on top. Seton Catholic with the ball. That's Grayson. Fuller has it now. Actually, that wasn't Fuller. That was McShane. Now Grace has it. Trapped at mid-court. Finds Strong. Hooks it to Fuller. Fuller one dribble. Puts it up. Dropped out. Rebound was by McShane, and his ball is slipped out of the hands out of bounds, but they're going to call Robecker with a foul. It's a second on Chase. Fourth team foul. 2 shots coming for Riley McShane. Short on the first one. Now get another one. 48.9 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 11-4. Riley McShane's second free throw. Off the back of the iron. Rebound Strong. He had it and lost it to Jimenez. And here come the Owls. Juan calling out the plays across the midcourt with his lime green shoes. Now Thompson has it, throws it down the baseline to Willie, but it's deflected and saved in bounds by the Cougars, and there's a fight for it. And there's a jump ball, and they'll stay with Merriam Knight. 27.3 seconds to go in the first quarter. Just below us out of shot is Cody Thompson inbounding the ball. Throws it into O'Neill. O'Neill's pass out to Robecker is deflected, but Willie gets it at the top of the key. Puts up a shot. It's a 3, missed it. Rebound in traffic. is O'Neal. Quick pass to Thompson. Double team. Fade away off the glass. Nope. Rebound strong for Seton Catholic. It's going to speed up the far sideline center of the court. It goes to McShane. Hands it off to Grace. Jumper on the way by James. It fell off. Rebound is by Strong. And we have a whistle on the rebound at 3.4 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Jimenez just picked up his first. It's the fifth team foul on the Owls. It'll be baseline inbounds for the Cougars. And Fuller will trigger the play. Inbounds it goes to McShane, and is partially deflected. Thompson comes up with it, and the quarter runs out. So one quarter's in the books. 11 for Mariam Knight, 4 for Seton Catholic. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back here with second quarter on MasonWebTV.com.
Thank you for checking out MasonWebTV.com. MasonWebTV.com provides local information written by local people, giving you another source for news, sports, and weather in Mason County. MasonWebTV.com is committed and dedicated to Mason County, giving you just what you need to stay informed. We've made it as easy as possible to stay up to date with RSS feeds, and you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This is MasonWebTV.com. Check us out daily.
And we're waiting for the start of the second quarter. 11 for Mariam Knight, 4 for Seton Catholic. And it will be Seton Catholic ball coming out of the timeout between the quarters. Evan Sims is in the ball game, and so is CJ Strong, as well as DK Lee, new players on the court for the Cougars. So Sims will inbound it to DK Lee. Throw a high post feed to McShane. Back to DK. He'll get it back. Quick passes here by the Cougars. Lee with it between over his head and throws it over to Fuller. Back to Lee. Lee pushing foul by Jimenez. A little aggressive there, Juan. That's the 16th foul on the Owls in the second on Juan. 7:41 to go here in the half. 11-4 is our score. Mariam Knight on top. Seton Catholic with the ball. Inbounds from Sims to Lee in backcourt. He'll high post feed again to McShane. Back to Lee. Over to Strong. Strong back to Lee. Over to Strong working on the left side. Looking low. Throw it across court. And it goes to Sims. He'll drive into the paint. Put it up. Scoop shot doesn't fall. Rebound goes to Robecker. And here comes Willie. Willie stops, throws it to O'Neal. O'Neal between the circles, stops, puts the pass in the corner to Thompson. Back to Willie out to Thompson. Thompson for three, missed it. Rebound. Lee can't track it down under the basket. Quick passes by the Owls as well. 7:08 to go in the half. 11-4 is our score. Inbounds from the left of the backboard. Thompson will trigger the play, looking it in, and he gets it to Jimenez. Jimenez with his lime green shoes. Hands it off to Thompson in midcourt. Thompson puts it on the floor. And 3 seconds in the key on the Owls. Just under 7 minutes to go here in the half. 11-4 still our score. Mariam Knight on top. Seton Catholic with the ball. Strong will sit down. CJ Strong is out. And into the ball game is Fuller, I believe. No, it was Farrell. McShane has it. And that is Fuller. Fuller gives it to Lee. Lee drives into the paint, drives right to the bucket, puts it up and in. So DK Lee gets his first bucket. And a whistle before the ball could be put back into play. And Lee just picked up his first. That's the third team foul on the Cougars. Cougars are going full court press. O'Neal is going to go with a long ball. And Willie's right there to lay it up and in. Kyle Willie with 9 points tonight. 13-6 is our score. Fuller has it to Farrell. Farrell gets it up to Sims. Sims will try and attack and he'll bounce it out. Fuller for three. That's an air ball. And rebound goes to O'Neal. O'Neal coming the other way for the Owls. Scoop pass. It goes out to Jimenez into the corner to Willie. Fakes the three. hooks a pass and can't quite get it to Robecker. And that'll be Cougar ball in the back court. 6:10 to go here in the half. 13-6 is our score. Marion Knight on top. Seton Catholic with the ball. Inbounds goes to Farrell. Farrell gets it up to Sims. Sims blows by. Everybody goes right to the bucket. Puts it up. Drew the foul, but missed the shot. So at the line for 2 free throws is Evan Sims for Seton Catholic. Personal foul went on Cody Thompson. That's his first. Sims' first free throw is short. 3 guys up off the Owl bench, 1 off the Cougar bench. So we have at 0, Deerkop and Austin Thompson back in the ball game for the Owls. And let's see here, Grace returned for Seton Catholic as Sims' second free throw spins in. Inbounds up, but it goes to midcourt to Willie. Finds a trailer Thompson over to O'Neal. O'Neal handed off to Deerkop, and he'll drive to the top of the circle. Kick it out to Thompson. Austin Thompson to Willie. Willie for 3. That gives him 12 points. The Cougars attack the basket, and Lee tried to make a move and ends up traveling. And 16-7 is their score. 5:38 to go here in the half. Drew Fuller back in the ball game. Cole Farrell will sit down. It'll be Owl ball. Willie will inbounds it from the backcourt to get it in to Thompson. Thompson avoiding Grace. Now to Willie. Up it goes to Deerkop. To O'Neal. O'Neal drives in, laces the pass down to add 0. He puts it up and in. 18-7, 11-point lead for Merriam Knight. Sims tried to lace a pass to Lee. Goes off a couple of knees, and O'Neal comes up with it for Merriam Knight in backcourt. O'Neal, big jump stop in the middle, puts up a shot and misses it. Rebound goes to Grace. Grace will throw it up the court. Into the corner it goes. To Sims now to Fuller to Lee. Lee top of the key. He'll take the 3. Short. Rebound goes to O'Neal for Merriam Knight. Under 5 minutes to go here in the half. 18-7 is the score. Merriam Knight with the lead in the ball. O'Neal hooks it down. Nice tap pass to a 0-1 dribble. Turnaround fadeaway on the baseline. Popped out. Rebound pulled down by McShane for Seton Catholic. Here comes Lee. Quickly the other way. Here's Sims. Sims drives baseline. Trying to get out of some trouble. And it's a 3 seconds in the key again on Seton Catholic. And it goes back to Merriam Knight checking into the ball game. And Chase Robecker placing Kyle Willie for the Owls. Thompson gets it into Robecker. Robecker throws it up to O'Neal. O'Neal hooks a pass to at 0 to Thompson beyond the 3-point arc. And the Owls will set the play. O'Neal in the corner on the near side. Lob it down low, but it's picked off by Lee. Lee on the run for the other way, for the Seton Catholic. Gives it up to James. James to the hoop. Missed the shot, but drew the foul. 4:15 to go here in the half. 18-7. Austin Thompson just picked up his second personal foul. 8th team foul on the Owls. And Justin James is at the line for 2 free throws for Seton Catholic. First one up and in. One more for Justin. Cuts the lead to 10. Misses the second one at 0 with the rebound and hand it off to O'Neal. And here come the Owls, leading by 10, 18-8. Thompson with it on the far side to Deerkop for 3. Yes. I don't think they're going to call that 2. He was standing on the line. Nick Deerkop with his first bucket, and it's a 12-point lead, 20-8. Sims gets the ball with a quick pass up and a foul. Give it up the body. Nick Deerkop. And Sims just drew his first personal. 4th team foul on Seton Catholic. It's Owl ball. 3:52 to go here in the half, 20-8. Robecker inbounds to Thompson. Back to Robecker. He's going to bring it up himself. And Sims just fouled again. Evan Sims with his second personal. Hayden Strong returns for Sims for Seton Catholic. Looks like the Cougars are going to go zone. 1-2-2 it looks like. Thompson dribbles over to the opposite side, finds Robecker. Into the corner goes Deerkop. 3 on the way again. Not going to call it 2. He's standing on the line, but that gives Deerkop 4 points. Strong in backcourt. Working with Grace. Throws it up to Grace. Grace lob it across court to James. Sets his feet for 3. Nope. Rebound goes to Ed0. Finds O'Neal. And O'Neal will one-hand it up to try to get it up to Robecker. And they're going to give it to Seton Catholic off the deflection. Timeout called by Seton Catholic. 3:16 to go here in the half. 22 for Merriam Knight. 8 for Seton Catholic. Will take a full timeout here on MasonWebTV.com.
Attention singers, musicians, and all types of bands. Would you like to get some exposure? Not that type of exposure.
Get out.
Wrong again. How would you like to have your music featured on Mason Web TV? We play music before our webcasts and also at halftime of our sporting events. All you have to do is send an MP3 of your original music to music@MasonWebTV.com and we'll add it to our programming. The Bieber did it via the internet. Why can't you? That's music@MasonWebTV.com.
7,000 students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. Keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
3:16 to go here in the half. 22 for Merriam Knight, 8 for Seton Catholic. Cougars will have the ball. Inbounds goes to Strong. Strong center of the court to Lee. Lee taps it over to Fuller on the near side. Back to Lee. Spreading the court out. Back to Fuller. Fuller holds the ball over his head. And then pass in the middle to James. James's outlet to Grace. To Lee. Lee lost the ball. Finds Fuller. Fuller drives the baseline. Hooks a pass and it goes right in the hands of O'Neal. He stepped in the passing lane. Corey O'Neal lob it down the baseline to Deerkop. Deerkop to Ed0. Drew the foul, and that will go on Drew Fuller as his first. Juan Jimenez steps back onto the court. So does Kyle Willie. Blake Ed0 will sit down, and so does Thompson. Austin Thompson. It'll be inbounds from the baseline to the right of the backboard for Willie. Inbounds goes to Robecker. His jumper is off. Rebound goes to Grace for Seton Catholic to get it to Lee. Nice ball movement as Hayden Strong baseline jumper fell off. Rebound goes to Willie, and here comes Juan Jimenez. One hands it up to the baseline, trying to get it to Deerkop. Goes off his hands out of bounds. Hoping to say it went off of Strong out of bounds. 2:22 to go here in the half. 22-8 is our score. Inbounds in the corner on the baseline. Willie will trigger the play. Goes into Jimenez. Holds the ball over his head. Gives it to O'Neal in the center court circle. He'll dribble to the left. Find Robecker to Deerkop in the corner. One dribble back to O'Neal. O'Neal. He's got Grace in his shirt, and then finally Grace gets fouled with a foul. That'll be his first, 7th team foul. So it's 1-1 for Corey O'Neal. 2 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the half. 22-8 is our score. Merriam Knight on top. And the Owls of Corey O'Neill can extend the lead. But he missed the free throw. Rebound goes to James, and here comes Grace for Seton Catholic. Under 2 minutes. Kick it out. Fuller for three. That's off. Rebound. O'Neill saved it inbounds to Willie. And here come the Owls. Oh, waiting underneath the bucket was Deerkop. He just couldn't quite get it, threw it up there, and it was luckily blocked out of bounds by, I believe it was Fuller. So the Owls keep in the front court. Inbounds from the baseline to Deerkop, now to Jimenez. Cross court to Willie. Willie standing on the three-point arc, launches a shot. It's in and out. Rebound goes to Strong, but he can't handle it. Jimenez comes up with it. He'll dribble out of traffic and set the offense. Throw it over. Deerkop. He's mugged after the shot, but he fell off, and there's a whistle under the basket. And it'll go on the Owls. So 1-1 for Seton Catholic. And Kyle Willie just picked up his first. That's 9 team fouls on the Owls. And Drew Fuller's at the line for the first of a 1-1. Missed it. Rebound goes to Robecker. And here's Corey O'Neill with the ball for the Owls. Hands it off to Jimenez. Jimenez, high post feed is poked out of there. Goes right to O'Neill. O'Neill get it to Willie. Willie back to O'Neill. And O'Neill will drive to the foul line and get a pass to Willie. Willie drives baseline, draws a triple team, throws in the middle, and threw it right into the hands of Grace. Here come the Cougars. Get up to Fuller. Fuller back to Grace, over to Lee. Lee sets his feet for three. Nope. Rebound goes to Willie, and there's a whistle under the basket. And they're going to say that Willie pushed off his second personal. There's 2 shots coming for Seton Catholic, and it will be Hayden Strong going to the line for 2. He's got 2 points tonight so far. 53.3 seconds to go here in the half. 22-8. Can Strong hit the free throw? Yes, he does. We'll get one more. And let's see here. Both Thompsons are on the court, Cody and Austin. Willie Jimenez will sit down. Strong's second free throw is off the mark. Rebound goes to Deerkop. And he'll hand it off to O'Neill. O'Neill slowing the pace down a little bit. Gets a screen from Thompson. Hook it down to Austin. His little fadeaway fell off of the rebound, goes to Deerkop. He tried to sneak a pass in the pack. It's poked away and stolen by Lee. And here come the Cougars. Strong with it, lost the ball. And coming up with was Austin Thompson. Center of the court. Nope. And a pickoff by Fuller going the other way. He's got a 1-on-3. He'll step back and pop and miss. And a foul on the rebound on Seton Catholic. And the personal foul went on Strong. Hayden Strong picked up his second, and it's 1-1 coming the other way for Corey O'Neill. Merriam Knight. 17.4 seconds to go in the half. 22-9 is the score. Merriam Knight on top. And O'Neill, who missed the front end of a 1-1 the last trip to the line. Got another 1-1. Oh, that one rolled all the way around twice and dropped in. Give him the point. 23-9. O'Neill has one more free throw. That one goes in nothing but net. Give him 2 points. And it's 24-9. Hayden Strong with the ball coming the other way for Seton Catholic. Hits it to Lee. Over it goes to Grace. Back to Lee. And then it goes to Grace again. Side of the paint to Strong. Strong with a strong move but can't finish. And rebound's pulled down by the Owls, and that'll do it for the half. So the Owls go into the locker room with a 24-9 halftime lead. And we'll take a timeout. We'll be back here on MasonWebTV.com.
Remember adventure? We do. The fun begins at explorehoodcanal.com.
Hey business owners, it's not too late to get your business featured on MasonWebTV.com. You can advertise in a webcast, just on the website, or both. If you choose a webcast, it's $30 per game, and that gets you free 30-second commercials. If you're looking for a more consistent way to advertise, then a banner ad on MasonWebTV.com is just what you need. For $75 a month, you will get a static place on the front page and a rotating banner on every other page. We also have special deals. If you want both, contact MasonWebTV.com for details.
And it is halftime. Merriam Knight boys leading Seton Catholic 24-9. Owls are being led by Kyle Willie. He has 12 points. 4 for Chase Robecker, 4 for Nick Deerkop, 2 for Corey O'Neill, and 2 for Blake Edzero. For the Cougars, well, they're being led by Hayden Strong. He has 3. 2 apiece for Drew Fuller and DK Lee, and 1 for Evan Sims, and 1 for Justin James. So it's been all Owls here so far tonight. And they are up by that score of 24-9. That's where we are as the Merriam Knight cheerleading squad is outperforming for the crowd here at Merriam Knight High School. It is halftime. We'll be back in about 8 minutes with the third quarter. 24 for Merriam Knight, 9 for Seton Catholic. We'll be back in just a few minutes.
Thank you for checking out MasonWebTV.com. MasonWebTV.com provides local information written by local people, giving you another source for news, sports, and weather in Mason County. MasonWebTV.com is committed and dedicated to Mason County, giving you just what you need to stay informed. We've made it as easy as possible to stay up to date with RSS feeds, and you can also like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. This is MasonWebTV.com. Check us out daily.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. He said, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes. La 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody, and you got us feeling alright. Now John up the bar, he's a friend of mine, and he gets me my drinks for free. And he's quick with a joke, or to light up your smoke, or to someplace that he'd rather be. He said, Bill, I believe this is killing me, as the smile ran away from his face. 'Cause I know that I could be a movie star time for a wife. And he's talking to Davy, who's still in the Navy, and probably will be for life. And the waitress is practicing politics, and the businessman slowly gets stoned, and they're sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than drinking alone. La 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 la. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday. The manager gives me a smile, 'cause he knows that it's me they're all coming to see, to forget about life for a while. And the piano sounds like a carnival, and the microphone smells like a beer, and they sit at the bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here? La 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 la. Piano man, sing us a song tonight, 'cause we're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling alright. Seven women on my mind. For the one on me, two, the one who stole me, one said she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you crazy. I like your love while you still can. Don't even try to understand. Just find a place to make your stand and take it easy.
7,000 students drop out every school day. That's a line of desks more than 4 miles long. Keep students in school. Visit boostup.org and take the first step.
All right, we're about ready to start the third quarter with Merriam Night Owls leading the Seton Catholic Cougars by a score of 24-9. It will be Owl ball to start the third quarter. Cougars are out there. They have Cole Farrell, Justin James, Drew Fuller, Hayden Strong, and it is Patrick Grace. The Owls start out with Willie, Deercop, O'Neill at 0, and Robecker. Inbounds goes to Robecker, but it's popped away, and here come the Cougars with the ball. Start the third quarter. Fuller with it between the circles. It's over to Strong. Strong gets a screen, and Strong lost it, but it rolled right to Farrell. Farrell thought there was somebody in the corner, threw it out of bounds. Somebody went to baseline. And it'll be Owl ball. In the backcourt in the corner, Robecker will trigger the play. Looking for Willie. Gets it into Willie. Now Robecker has it. Bangs in into Strong. Goes off of his nose out of bounds, but there's a foul on Strong. That'll be his third. First team foul. So Robecker inbounds it to Willie. And here we go again. There's Thompson. Austin Thompson to Deerkop to Robecker. Looking low for Willie. Now he gets it up top to Deerkop. Over the opposite side to Thompson. Thompson drives baseline. Hands it off to Willie. Willie for three in the corner. Nope. Rebound goes to Farrell for Seton Catholic. He'll get it to Fuller. Quickly it goes up to Grace. Grace attacks the hoop. Puts it up short, but drew the foul on the Owls. At a line for two free throws is Patrick Grace. His first trip to the line tonight. Got the first one. And I'll get another one. Trying to cut into this now 14-point Merriam Knight lead. Second one goes in. Owls have it. Willie in backcourt to Robecker to Thompson. Thompson cross court to Willie. Steps across midcourt. Sets the offense with 7 minutes to go in the third. Deerkop with it. Throws it over to Robecker. Robecker for three. Nope. Rebound is finally corralled by Grace. And here come the Cougars. Quickly it goes up to Strong. Strong. Side of the paint to Farrell. Farrell took steps. Trying to make his move. Took steps. Goes back to the Owls. 24-11 is our score. 6:44 to go here in the third. Robecker will trigger the play inbounds from the backcourt to Willie. Willie speeds up the far sideline. Center of the court now. Pity pass the dribble. Stops at top of the key. Throws it over to Thompson. Thompson working on the left side. One dribble back to Deerkop between the circles. Now over to Willie to Robecker. Drives baseline right to the hoop. And he'll hook it to Ed Zero. Deflects to Deerkop. His up shot put back. Falls off and over the top. It's going to be Blake Ed Zero. That's his first second team foul on Merriam Knight. 6:27 to go here in the third. C.J. Strong checks into the ballgame for Seton Catholic. Fuller has it in the front court, speeding two, bounces it over to James. James hits the jumper with nothing but net. It's his first bucket, third point, and we have a whistle. I'm not really sure what happened there. The Owls have the ball. Robecker to Willie in the backcourt. Throws it up to Deerkop. Deerkop goes and bounces the pass over to Ad Zero, who puts it up and in after hesitation after getting the pass. 25-15. And Fuller stumbled. Gets it over to James. James to Farrell. Farrell attacks the basket. Blew the layup. Rebound is poked out of there, and Willie tracked it down the corner. Willie coming the other way for the Owls. Throws it to Deerkop. Deerkop looks to the left and gets it over to Robecker. Robecker, pull-up jumper blocked from behind by Strong, and Robecker corrals it right back. Going to attack the basket on the baseline. Stop, throw it up top to Deerkop. Three in the key on Blake at Zero. I think he had his foot in there too long. 5.5 minutes to go in the third. 26-13 is the score. Merriam Knight on top. Seton Catholic with the ball. And anticipating the pass up was Deerkop to Thompson. Thompson to Willie. Back to Thompson, who puts up and in. Austin Thompson with his first bucket. And it's 28-13 now. Strong has it in the front court. Double teamed and throws it. It actually goes to Ad Zero, and there's a foul on whom? It's going to be on Strong. C.J. Strong picked up his first for Seton Catholic. It's the second team foul. O'Neill and Jimenez check into the ball game for Merriam Knight. Riley McShane returns for Seton Catholic. It's Owl ball under their backboard to the left side. No, it's going to be actually to the sidelines. Jimenez will trigger the play. Holds the ball over his head and it's slapped right back into his face by Fuller. Good quick hands. So we'll do it again. Goes into the corner to Robecker. Robecker one-on-one with McShane going to the hoop. Puts it up short. Lost it out of bounds. It'll go off of McShane. It'll be an Owl ball under the backboard. 5:04 to go in the third. 28-13 is our score. Owls go four corners of the key. Inbounds by Willie from the left of the backboard. Inbounds in the corner to Deercop. To Willie, still working in the corner. Willie will dribble up. He's got Strong on him. Throw it into the corner to Deercop. And it's kind of a foul there, no call. And here comes Grace the other way for Seton Catholic. Ooh, what a scoop shot. Just kind of snuck by the hands of the Owls. Grace with his first bucket. And Willie's trying to go coast to coast. Got it to roll in. 14 points for Kyle. And now Fuller tries to answer. Misses a shot. James with the rebound. Drives in, puts it up and in. Justin James with his second bucket of the ball game. And it's 30 for Merriam Knight, 17 for Seton Catholic. Corey O'Neill running the point for the Owls. Lob it down to Robecker. Stops. Hook shot goes in for Chase. 6 points for him. And it's 32-17. Merriam Knight on top. Seton Catholic with the ball. Under 4 minutes to go in the third. Fuller with it. Throws it over to Grace. Grace beyond the three-point arc. Moving screen on Fuller. Can't move your knee when you set. Lee steps back onto the court. DK Lee for Seton Catholic. And timeout is called to Seton Catholic. 3:48 to go here in the third quarter. 32-17 is our score. Merriam Knight on top. We're still waiting to see if it's a full or a... Guess it's a full timeout, so we'll step aside. And we'll be right back here on MasonWebTV.com.
That's the keeper.
Yep. Come on.
Remember adventure? We do. Your family fun begins at explorehoodcanal.com.
.348 to go in the third quarter. 32-17 is our score. Merriam Knight in control of this game. So far. They're being led by Kyle Willie. He has 14 points. Seton Catholic, they're being led, let's see here, by Justin James. He has 5. Patrick Grace has 4. So it's Owl ball coming out of the timeout. Willie will trigger the play in the backcourt. Throws it into Jimenez, back to Willie. Willie speeds across midcourt, throws over to Deercop on the far side. Gets it right back. Takes a spin to the inside, dribbles to the outside, finds Deercop. Deercop drives around the defender, puts it up and in, and draws the foul. Give Nick 6 points. And let's see here, Justin James picked up his first for Seton Catholic. Deercop can't get the free throw to fall, but the tap-up doesn't fall in. Comes close, and Strong comes up with the rebound off of the tap-up. And there's going to be a foul on the Owls. Well, on Deercop, that's his first. I'm sorry, it's his second. Here comes Lee, the other way for Seton Catholic. Throws it over to Fuller. Fuller gets a screen, drives into the paint. Extra pass, it goes to McShane. He missed the shot, and the rebound goes to Robecker. Here comes Jimenez up the near side, center of the court now, going to the opposite side. Hand it off, and it will go to Deercop. Throw it over to O'Neill on the near side. Now there's Deercop, just outside this circle. Hands it off to O'Neill. 3 minutes to go in the third. 34-17 is the score. Merriam Knight on top of the ball. O'Neill hooks a pass to Robecker. Off the glass, nope. Rebound. McShane had it, lost it, and Willie comes up with it and above the top of the key. And a timeout is called by Coach Diggle. 2:50 to go in the third. 34-17. We'll step aside. Be back with more on MasonWebTV.com.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
2:50 to go here in the third quarter. 34-17 is the score. Merriam Knight on top. The ball coming out of timeout. Willie, Jimenez, Deercop, Robecker, and I'm missing somebody. Oh, O'Neill. Inbounds goes to Robecker. Robecker to Jimenez. Up fakes once, puts it up and in. Juan Jimenez with his first bucket. And the Cougars are coming right back quickly. Sims is back in the ball game. Throws it across court to James. James puts it on the floor, trying to dribble, penetrate, finds Lee. Lee had the ball slapped out of his hands by Willie. Gets it back, and he splits a double team. Kick it out to Sims, or tried to hit Sims. It rolls out of bounds. Another turnover on the Cougars. Scores 36-17. Owls with the lead. Jimenez gets it into O'Neill. O'Neill speeds the opposite side, lost it, got it back. And he falls across midcourt, loses the ball. Here comes Sims. Sims to the top of the key, throws it out. Fuller fakes the three, drives to the elbow. Up top to Lee. Lee shuffles over to the near side. And then to between the circles, lost the ball. Here comes Willie. Willie with a steal, and Lee's all over him. It's going to be a foul on DK Lee. That's his second. 15 foul on Seton Catholic. 1:59 to go in the third. 36-17 is the score. Merriam Knight on top with the ball. Willie throws it to Robecker in the corner on the far side. Puts it on the floor to dribble. Up fakes, then shoots over McShane. Misses shot. O'Neill comes up with the rebound. Throws it up top to Jimenez. Jimenez down low to Robecker. Up fakes again. In the paint. Hook shot, one-handed shot, I should say, goes in for Chase. Give him 8 points. 38-17. Lee with it. Working his way over to the far side to Fuller. Fuller bobbled it. Jumper at the foul line goes in for Drew. That's only his second to basket. And a long ball to Robecker up, and it's an extra pass to Deercop. Bangs in and falls down. Is it McShane that gave up the body, or was it James? It was James that gave up the body on that one. And Deercop is called with his third foul. 14 foul on the Owls. 1:19 to go in the third. 38-19 is the score. Merriam Knight on top. Seton Catholic with the ball. Sims with it. Gets a screen from Lee. Changes direction. Then back to Lee. Lee into the corner. James for three. No. Rebound. Wow. Willie for Merriam Knight. Crossing midcourt on the far side to O'Neill. Back to Willie. Then Deercop between the circles. And it's Jimenez on the near side. Trying to go on Lee on the 1-on-1. It bounces it down to Deercop in traffic, and he'll hand it off to O'Neill. One hands it to Robecker. Drives in, missed the shot, bounces it, saved it in bounds, and then it went off of James back to Robecker. And it's going to be owl ball, or is it going to be blue ball? I'm not sure what you call that. Well, the Owls are going to give it to the Seton Catholic. And that's where it should go. 37.5 seconds to go in the third quarter. 38-19. Merriam Knight on top. Seton Catholic with the ball. There's Grace back in the ball game for Seton Catholic. Threw it. Thought there was somebody outside and threw it away. Also checking in on the last dead ball was Cody Thompson, and who inbounds it up to O'Neill. O'Neill got it blocked out of bounds. by Sims. It'll be Owl ball under their backboard, just to the right. Cody Thompson triggering the play from the baseline. Inbounds in the middle to Robecker. His shot doesn't fall in, and here comes Sims the other way on the run. He tripped up and loses the ball, and here comes Jimenez. Robecker and Sims are just kind of pushing and shoving there, so they're both trying to get up the court. And it looks like it's going to go on Sims. It's his third. So Cody Thompson will inbounds it and just below us. Can't quite see him. It's 13.6 seconds to go here in the third. Inbounds goes to Willie. Willie to the baseline to Robecker. Robecker will take the long jumper. Nope. Rebound goes to Farrell. Farrell has 6 seconds to work. Finds Lee. Lee up to Grace. Grace stops and pops for three. No. Rebound goes to Willie. And that'll do it for 3 quarters. So Merriam Knight now up 38-19 after 3 here in MasonWebTV.com.
Attention singers, musicians, and all types of bands. Would you like to get some exposure? Not that type of exposure.
Get out.
Wrong again. How would you like to have your music featured on Mason Web TV? We play music before our webcasts and also at halftime of our sporting events. All you have to do is send an MP3 of your original music to music@MasonWebTV.com and we'll add it to our programming. The Bieber did it via the internet. Why can't you? That's music@MasonWebTV.com.
And we're back waiting for the start of the fourth and final quarter. 38 for Merriam Knight, 19 for Seton Catholic. Owls are being led by Kyle Willie has 14 points, 8 for Chase Robecker, 6 for Nick Deerkop, 4 for Blake Edzero. For the Cougars, they're being led by, let's see here, Justin James. He has 5 points, 4 apiece for Drew Fuller and Patrick Grace. It will be Seton Catholic ball to start the fourth quarter. James, Lee, Farrell, McShane, and Grace are on the court. James inbounds it to Lee into backcourt. He'll be met by Willie. Bounce it over to Grace. Grace throws it over to McShane, looking for a high post feed, and then now he gets it to, nice spin move under the bucket by Farrell, but missed his shot, and here comes Jimenez with the rebound. Now Thompson. It's Cody Thompson on the far side. Throw it over to Corey O'Neill. Looking low. And he'll step back and throw it into the corner. That's Willie. Willie's pass down to Robecker goes off of Robecker's shoulder, and here comes Lee. 2 big steps. Kick it out, and James with the jumper. Give him 7 points. Thompson back the other way quickly. Throws in the corner to Willie. Back to Thompson. Over to O'Neill. Up top to Thompson. Cody Thompson holds the ball. Lob it backdoor cut to Willie. Goes off of the hands of Grace out of bounds. It'll be Owl ball under their backboard. To the left of their backboard. Willie will trigger the play. Inbounds goes to Robecker. Double team, throws it to Willie. 6 on the shot clock. Throw it over to Thompson. Thompson up fakes and then throws one up. Missed it, and Lee with the rebound for Seton Catholic. And here he comes on the run the other way. Throws it out. Kick it out to Grace. Grace for 3. That's short. Rebound goes to Jimenez. Jimenez will dribble center of the court. Trying to get the screen, but didn't quite develop. He'll hand it off to Thompson, and Cody will dribble penalty. 3 seconds in the key again on the Owls. And turnover, 6:19 to go in the ball game. It's 38-21 now. Merriam Knight still on top. Lee with it for Seton Catholic, throws over to Grace. Patrick had the ball slapped out of his hand. Thompson comes up with it. And then Willie goes in back court. And they didn't give him an over and back violation. Yes, they did finally get it over and back. Interesting. Right in front of one of the referees. He didn't realize it, then he whistled it late. So it goes to McShane, inbounds it to Lee, and his pass is deflected by O'Neal to Willie, behind the back to O'Neal, laid off the glass and in. Lee one-hands it to Farrell. Farrell blows by the coverage, one-hands it up and in. Cole Farrell with his first bucket of the evening. 5:40 to go in the ball game. 40-23 is the score. Juan Jimenez, a running point. Throw it to Willie on the far sidelines. Lob it down to Robecker off the glass. Nope. Farrell with the rebound. Hand off to Lee. Here come the Cougars. Quickly up to Grace. Grace bangs into Thompson. No whistle. Missed the shot, and O'Neal has the ball back for Merriam Knight. No look at to Jimenez. Jimenez lost his footing, and they're going to call travel on that one. And that's going back to Seton Catholic. 40-23 is our score. 5:13 to go here in the ball game. Seton Catholic has a ball. DK Lee throws it over to Patrick Grace, then Cole Farrell, and down to McShane. Riley McShane up, fakes once, missed the shot a little too hard. Rebound goes to O'Neal for Merriam Knight, handed off to Jimenez. One hands it up to Thompson. Cody throws it over to Corey O'Neal. Now into the corner it goes to Willie, and another 3 seconds in the key on Chase Robecker. Blake had 0. Nick Deerkop and Austin Thompson return for Merriam Knight. And let's see here. What do we have? A timeout? We have a full timeout called. We'll take it. 4:49 to go in the ball game. 40 for Merriam Knight. 23 for Seton Catholic.
Hey business owners, it's not too late to get your business featured on MasonWebTV.com. You can advertise in a webcast, just on the website, or both. If you choose a webcast, it's $30 per game, and that gets you free 30-second commercials. If you're looking for a more consistent way to advertise, then a banner ad on MasonWebTV.com is just what you need. For $75 a month, you will get a static place on the front page and a rotating banner on every other page. We also have special deals. If you want both, contact MasonWebTV.com for details.
$4:49 to go in the ball game. 40 for Merriam Knight, 23 for Seton Catholic. Cougars will have the ball coming out of the timeout. The Owls are already out there. Deerkop, Willie, Jimenez, Thompson, and at 0. The Cougars coming out of their huddle. They've got Grace, James, Fuller, Lee, and Farrell. Farrell inbounds it to Lee. Lee throws it over to Fuller. Fuller gets a screen from Lee, throws it back to Grace on the opposite side. Grace out it goes to Lee. Lee dribbles to the foul line into the paint, finds Farrell. Farrell spins baseline, spinning hook doesn't fall. Willie with the rebound, and here come the Owls on the run on the far side. Willie throws it to Thompson, standing in the midcourt circle. To Deerkop. Now goes to Jimenez on the left side. To Willie on the baseline. Lost his dribbles, throws it to Jimenez. Jimenez has Lee all over him, lost the ball. There's a scramble for it. Who comes up with it? Deerkop. One hands it to Ed Zero. Ed Zero is fouled, trying to go to the hoop. His body's falling all over the place. Nobody's giving up on this game at all. And that's the seventh team foul on the Cougars, and the personal foul went to Cole Farrell. That is his second, so it's 1-1 to Blake at 0. First trip to the line for Blake. In and out on the first one. Rebound goes to James. James outlet to Lee. Lee has got numbers coming back the other way. Finds Farrell. Back to Lee. Lee for 3. Yes! DK Lee with his first 3 of the ball game. Give him 5 points. Jimenez goes long to at 0 over his head, out of bounds. Nice thought by Juan, but he's not the quarterback. He's the running back. Kyle Willie's the quarterback for the Owl football team. Here comes DK Lee for Seton Catholic. Stops on the dribble, throws it over to Fuller. Down it goes to James. James, fade away at the box, missed it. Rebound is slapped out of bounds by Grace. It's Owl ball. 3:27 to go in the ball game. 40-26 is our score. Merriam Knight on top with the ball. Jimenez is going to go for the long ball again. He's got 3 guys down there. Willie goes, taps it into the hands of Fuller. Fuller on the run the other way, banging bodies with Thompson. They're trying to get Thompson off and finds Lee. Lee throws it up to Grace. Grace drives side of the paint, bangs into at 0, missed the shot, and at 0 comes up with the rebound. Now finds Jimenez. 3 minutes, 9 seconds to go in the ball game. Jimenez, crossover on the dribble, throws it to center of the court, and it's Thompson. Thompson has Grace in his face. Side of the sideline pass is deflected out of bounds. The referees are letting these guys play a little bit here. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Inbounds, goes into the corner to Deerkop. Drives side of the paint, runner off the glass. Nope. Rebound tapped and controlled by, that's Fuller. Drew Fuller back and forth on the dribble. Throws it up to Lee. Lee for 3 again. Nope. Fell down on the flop. Rebound is tapped and controlled eventually by Jimenez. And here comes Thompson going to the opposite side. Center of the court now to Willie. Willie to Deerkop. 3 on the way. Short. Rebound at 0. Had it. Lost it. And the ball pokes free. Jimenez tracks it down in the corner. Throws it down to Deerkop. Hands it off to at 0. Had it blocked. Jimenez comes out of the pack with the ball on the far side. Setting off it's again. Now Willie with it. And it goes over to Jimenez. Jimenez, lob it down to at 0. Ball's tapped out and deflected. Lee comes up with it for Seton Catholic. 2 minutes, 5 seconds to go. Fuller lost the ball. Out of bounds. That's Merriam Knight ball. Substitution. Hayden Strong steps back into the court for Seton Catholic, going to get Cole Farrell. So it's Owl ball in their backcourt. Willie will trigger the play, going looking for the long ball. Doesn't see it. And he'll throw it to Jimenez off of his hands, out of bounds. 2:02 to go in the ball game. 40-26. Full timeout called by Coach Diggle with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the game. And it's 40-26. Merriam Knight on top.
Remember adventure? We do. The fun begins at explorehoodcanal.com.
Seton Catholic ball as we resume here. Inbounds from Strong to James to Grace, and Thompson with the steal. He's going to go lay it off softly and in. Austin Thompson with his second bucket of the ball game. Here comes Lee back the other way for Seton Catholic. There's Grace, Patrick Grace. Gets a screen from Strong. Hooks it over to Lee. Lee for 3 again. That rattled in. That's his second 3 in the quarter and the ball game. Austin Thompson to William backcourt. Minute and a half to go in the game. Willie crosses midcourt, throws it up the sidelines to Jimenez, and Strong with those long arms deflected it back into Jimenez's face, and it goes out of bounds, and that's Owl ball. Willie will trigger the play from the baseline, left of the backboard. Inbounds to Deerkop in the corner, up top to Thompson, now Jimenez, now to Thompson. Minute 15 to go in the ball game. Thompson gets a screen from Jimenez. Trying to go on Grace, and he'll drive. Lob it back out to Willie. Willie back to Thompson. Turnaround jumper on the baseline. That's off. Rebound goes at 0, and Stronger fighting for it in the corner. And they're going to say that Strong was stepping on the baseline. It goes back to Merriam Knight with a 42-30 or 42-29 lead with 1:01 to go in the game. Inbounds goes to Thompson. Over to Willie. Willie back to Thompson. Thompson to add 0. Add 0 goes right to the bucket. Strong puts it up and missed it. Rebound goes to Grace for Seton Catholic. Throws it all the way up to James. James to the hoop. Drew the foul. Missed the shot. So Justin James is at the line. Second time tonight. He's 1 for 2. Personal foul went on Austin Thompson. This is third. 2 shots for Justin James for Seton Catholic. 7 points. Nope, missed the first one and get another one. 44.9 seconds to go. And it's a full line change for Merriam Knight. Let's see what we've got on the floor here. We've got Michael Snyder, Cody Thompson, Matthew Oin, Chase Robecker back at the ball game, and we have Matthew Thompson. A couple of substitutions as well for Seton Catholic. We'll get those in a minute as James has one more free throw. Got the second one. So that's Cody Thompson with the ball in the backcourt. Throws it up, and it's Michael Snyder. Steps by a double team, and coming up with the ball is C.J. Farrell. Hands it off to Lee. 27 seconds to go here. Lee trying to go coast to coast. Wisely turns around. Splits the double team. Thompson threw it, knocked it out of bounds. 20.5 seconds to go here in the ball game. Let's see here. Who's also on there? Dylan Cole is out there for Seton Catholic. C.J. Farrell inbounds it to Lee. Lee will take a long three. And coming up with the rebound on the putback was Farrell, but he couldn't get it to fall. And Robecker comes up with the rebound. We've got under 10 seconds to go. Thompson with it. Throws it up to Snyder. Snyder for 3. That's short. Rebound goes to Fuller. Fuller will take it down, and that's where we'll end it. Final score, 42 for Merriam Knight, 30 for Seton Catholic. We'll take a timeout. We'll wrap this webcast up as Merriam Knight sweeps Seton Catholic tonight with the boys winning 42-30 on MasonWebTV.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
I'll call it a sports complex building that was attached to the softball field. Only Bob, what we got here is...
You can either sign that or not. I'm making a difference. That's what I think of it. Steve, no deal.
You solemnly swear?
Swear.
We are therefore unwilling to comply with the board's October 31st, 2011 request to submit 8.5% budget cuts.
The reality is, when I took office 12 years ago almost, I took an oath of office to uphold the laws of the state of Washington and the United States.
It's our belief when the heat on the porch got significant enough, it just broke that glass, blew the door out. And when the glass broke out, it essentially sucked the fire into the house.
Rebound pulled down by Padgett for Shelton. He'll get it to Fisher. 20 seconds to go. And Fisher lost it. Sandquist comes up with a miss. The layup. The rebound is tapped up to the top of the key, and Bielik get a three-pointer!
2 receivers on the near side. In the shotgun goes Green. Comes the blitz. Green will just pull it down and run with it straight up the middle. Get out to the outside. He's going to go again all the way for the score. One guy to beat. Can Deercup get him in the goal line? Not quite. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Pitch on the way to Brown. There's a swing and a drive deep to center field. It's going. It's gone. It's a home run. It's a grand slam home run for Marissa Brown and the Bulldogs.
The 2011 Grand Marshal of the 4th Festival Parade, John Tarrant, the Mayor of Shelton.
To those who have and will continue to serve and protect us,
especially to those here present, a profound thank you.
So it's a final in Merriam Knight. The Merriam Knight boys beat the Seton Catholic boys 42 to 30. Kyle Willie led all scorers with 14 points for the Owls. Chase Robecker ended up with 8, 6 for Nick Deerkop, 4 apiece for Blake at 0, and Corey O'Neill, and 2 for Juan Jimenez. For the Cougars in their loss, they were led by 8 points for DK Lee and Justin James, 4 apiece for Drew Fuller and Patrick Grace, 3 for Hayden Strong, 2 for Riley McShane, and a point for Evan Sims. So the final again, the boys, Merriam Knight boys won over Seton Catholic 42 to 30, completing the sweep. The girls earlier this evening knocked off the Lady Owls knocked off the Lady Cougars 33 to 27. So that'll do it for Merriam Knight High School. Thanks for checking us out here at MasonWebTV.com. Our next webcast will be next Wednesday in Belfair when North Mason hosts Squim. And you'll see that game here on MasonWebTV.com. Again, the final scores. Merriam Knight completes the sweep of Seton Catholic this evening. Girls won 33 to 27. The Owls 42 to 30. Thanks for checking us out here at MasonWebTV.com.